Have you ever felt a wave of anxiety, guilt, or even panic whenever you have to spend money, even on things you need or genuinely want? We're constantly warned about the dangers of overspending, but what if your problem is the exact opposite? What if spending money feels almost impossible even when you're financially capable? You're not alone, and this is a problem that's talked about far less than reckless spending. My name is Mike, and in this video, we're going to explore the deeper psychological reasons behind the fear of spending money, and more importantly, research-backed strategies to help you build a healthier, more grounded relationship with money. If money has ever made you feel less free and more anxious, stay with me until the end of this video. And if you want to keep understanding money through a psychological lens, clear, practical, and without judgment, don't forget to subscribe because these are exactly the conversations we'll continue having together every week. 1. Defining the spectrum. From healthy frugality to a fear of spending. Distinguishing between healthy financial caution and a paralyzing fear of spending is the first strategic step toward understanding and addressing this complex issue. Being mindful about money is a virtue, but when anxiety becomes excessive, it can seriously impact your quality of life. This section helps identify different levels of spending avoidance, from common discomfort to a rare but severe psychological phobia. For many people, this isn't a clinical phobia, but a persistent avoidance of spending. It may show up as feeling anxious whenever you have to spend money, denying yourself small pleasures even when you can easily afford them, avoiding social activities simply to avoid paying. In some cases, this anxiety becomes strong enough to cause withdrawal from everyday life. The concept of the Tightwad researcher Scott Rick, an associate professor at the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan, introduced a useful term, tightwad, people who have a strong aversion to spending money. He contrasts them with spendthrifts, who spend too easily. This distinction helps us see spending behavior not as a moral flaw, but as a specific psychological orientation toward money. The extreme end, chromatophobia. At the far end of this spectrum lies a diagnosable condition known as chromatophobia. According to CPD Online College, it is an extreme, irrational, and overwhelming fear of money, specifically of spending money. People with this condition may experience intense panic or anxiety, not only at the thought of spending, but even when seeing, smelling, or touching physical money. In severe cases, the fear can make it difficult to pay for basic necessities, regardless of financial security. It's important to note, however, that formal diagnoses of chromatophobia are relatively rare. Identifying where you fall on this spectrum is the first step. The next and more important step is understanding why you're there. Psychological roots. Understanding the why behind spending anxiety. To truly address a fear of spending, we need to understand the psychological forces behind it. This is rarely a simple choice. More often, it's rooted in deeply ingrained beliefs, powerful emotions, early formative experiences. Below are three primary psychological causes that can create and sustain this anxiety. Cause 1. Values and upbringing. Our earliest experiences with money shape our financial behavior for life. If you grew up in a family or culture where extreme frugality was treated as a core virtue, those beliefs can become deeply embedded in your subconscious. Even when your financial situation improves significantly, a scarcity mindset may remain. Old habits persist, even when reality has changed. Cause 2. The weight of guilt. For some people, spending money, especially on themselves, comes with a heavy sense of guilt or shame. This often stems from beliefs such as, "I don't deserve to enjoy this. Spending on myself is irresponsible." Even when all financial obligations are covered, money still feels like something that should always be saved, never enjoyed. Cause 3. The shadow of financial trauma. Difficult financial experiences in the past can leave a long-lasting imprint. Those who have lived in poverty, experienced financial abuse may develop a deep fear of not having enough or losing control, even when they are financially secure today. Scott Rick explained this in a discussion with the American Psychological Association. When you listen to them talk about their feelings and thoughts, many of them have memories of real distress in the past. And once things get better, those feelings are hard to shake. They're cultivated over time, and you can't just switch them off like a light. For them, holding on to money helps manage that distress. Whether the cause comes from childhood, guilt, or past trauma, identifying the why gives you your sense of control back. A path forward. Building a healthier relationship with money. Recognizing the problem is necessary, but the ultimate goal is to live with more freedom and confidence. Overcoming spending anxiety is absolutely possible when you have the right tools, the right mindset, and the right support. Step 1. The power of understanding. The first step is self-awareness. Be honest with yourself. Does your anxiety come from family values, from a sense of guilt, or from financial trauma in the past? This understanding helps you apply the right solutions in the right way. Step 2. Seeking professional support. When the root of the problem lies deep in trauma or long-held beliefs, self-help alone may not be enough. A qualified professional can provide a safe space to explore these patterns and build effective coping strategies. Proven therapeutic approaches include cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, helps identify and challenge irrational thoughts and beliefs about money exposure therapy. Gradually, introduces spending in a controlled, safe environment to reduce fear over time. Hypnotherapy works with the subconscious beliefs that drive fear and anxiety. Step 3. The liberating budget, giving yourself permission to spend. It may sound counterintuitive, but budgeting is often the most powerful tool for people who fear spending. This isn't a cage, it's the key that opens the door. When you intentionally allocate money for enjoyment, hobbies, self-care, you're giving yourself clear, guilt-free permission to spend. A well-defined plan makes it easier to see that spending does not threaten your long-term financial security. Shift from dollars to percentages. If large numbers trigger anxiety, try reframing your budget. Expressing categories as percentages of your income, rather than fixed dollar amounts, can make spending feel emotionally lighter and more manageable. Conclusion: spending with confidence. A fear of spending money is a real and complex psychological issue, not a personal flaw. It's a learned response shaped by values, past experiences, deep-seated emotions. But the most important thing to remember is this: it can be overcome through self-awareness. Professional support such as CBT practical tools like a permission to spend budget. You can transform your relationship with money from anxiety to confidence and control. I hope this conversation has helped shed light on an experience many people struggle with quietly and alone. Money is meant to support your life, not to be a constant source of fear. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever felt anxious about spending money? What strategies have helped you? And I wish you not just more money, but a lighter, healthier relationship with it, where every decision helps you sleep better at night, not worry more. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to continue exploring the psychology of money together.